When you have to look at Cheteshwar Pujara's career, he reserved his best for the best teams. If you have to look at it, South Africa, England, Australia, but more importantly, he reserved his best for Australia, still considered as one of the greatest teams in this modern era. Cheteshwar Pujara's career began in Bengaluru in the backyard of the wall that he was going to replace in the later years. Rahul Dravid may not have done well, but Cheteshwar Pujara stepped up with that 72 that he hit against Australia to help India win 2-0. That was the start from 2010 of why Cheteshwar Pujara would be considered so great. 7,100 plus runs later and 19 centuries later and 100 tests later, Cheteshwar Pujara has called time on his career. But what were the top moments in Cheteshwar Pujara's career? Not surprisingly, there are lots, but all are centered around Australia. And nothing can be far better in the top. 56 versus Australia in Brisbane 2021. You will say, what? Not 100? But this 56 that he managed in Brisbane tells you only part of the story. He withstood the blows. He ensured that, okay, I will ensure I get my team over the line. Let the others play well. I will take the blows, last for more than 200 deliveries. And that is how Cheteshwar Pujara's 56, if it is the crowning symbol of grit, glory, determination, passion, this was the knock. 100 necessarily need not be the top moment. Even a 50 can be a top moment. 56, wherein he absolutely ensured Cummins, Hazelwood, Stark would all be deflated. That is when Rishabh Pant and the rest capitalized and gave India a famous win in Gaba. 33 years the dominance ended and India managed to win a series with a C team with so many injuries. But the foundation also was laid by Cheteshwar Pujara 3 years ago. Adelaide 2018. India trying to win a series in Australia for the very first time. And in Adelaide, he stepped up 123 runs. And that ensured Australia would be chasing the leather at this point. Bumrah, Ashwin, everybody, the Indian bowling attack stepped up. Pujara was the wall and India managed to win by 31 runs against Australia, the opening test, and they did not look back from that point in time. The key catalyst behind it was Cheteshwar Pujara's 123. But these two stats will forever remain ingrained in all of our careers. When you look at Cheteshwar Pujara, don't look at the runs. Look at the number of deliveries that he's faced. 16,000 and the most number of balls faced in an innings. Looking at in a series, if you want to know who was responsible for winning us 2 back-to-back BGTs, Cheteshwar Pujara's role will be there. 1,258 balls in 2018-19. 928 balls in the BGT of 2020-2021. It was crucial that the quartet, or if you say the trio of Australia's greats, would be suppressed in Cummins, Hazelwood and Stark. And Cheteshwar Pujara played a massive role in that. Combined both BGTs, when you look at it, 2,186 deliveries. That itself is staggering, to say the least. Yet again, in a 2017, in a crucial encounter, Ranchi, he faced the most number of deliveries, 525, as he notched up 202 in Ranchi 2017. That test may have ended in a draw, but it ensured India would never fall back. His partnership with Riddhiman Saha ensured that Cheteshwar Pujara and India would head into Dharamshala still equal, and they would ultimately go on and win the BGT. Crowning moment of Cheteshwar Pujara's career was the 193 at Sydney. And not just that, he ended it with 521 runs at an average of 74.4 in that series. The player of the series, the foundation for India's first ever series win in Australia, rests on Cheteshwar Pujara. And that is the top moment in my book after Brisbane, because Brisbane made Pujara the grit and resilient character that he is. But on the other hand, every single thing that he did in Sydney and in 2018 laid the foundation for India's dominance over Australia for 7 to 8 years. Thank you so much folks for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.